Hi everyone. Yes, I'm aware that most of this video is grainy. Pretend it's for the aesthetic. If you want me to get a new camera so that it looks better, the link to my Patreon is in the description. Oh, these glasses are not gonna work, huh? I've been avoiding making this kind of video for a while because I don't want to be like a college YouTuber. I just kind of want to be a person who is in college who makes videos, if that makes sense. But also I'm obsessed with like college study productivity YouTubers. And also I had to ask myself the question, am I really a real YouTuber if I do not capitalize off of it as much as humanly possible? No. The answer is no. So I decided to make this video. This is going to have to be a metaphorical backpack of sorts because Yale has decided that I am not welcome back. Not me personally. They didn't like ban me personally. No, not everyone. Oh my God. All the sophomores cannot come back to campus.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
So yeah, let's begin. Without further ado, here's my college backpack. Just kidding. I tried using this as a college backpack, but you can fit like 3 books and a scrunchie in here, which was good because it made my back hurt less, but it wasn't good because whenever I went to the library, I was always missing something. So now what I do is I carry everything I could possibly ever need in terms of books, so I just give myself scoliosis on a daily basis and suffer. So here's my actual, oh my God. My actual backpack. It's heavy and the school year hasn't even started. I've been using the same kind of backpack since I was in 6th grade. And I think that's just about when they went out of style too, but my brain never caught up to that. So I just kept sticking with this backpack. And I don't care because this thing is huge. You can fit enough clothes in here to fit a family of 4 for a week. I could probably check out an entire department of library books and I would still have room for my hydro flask. I genuinely think this might be the biggest backpack that you can get on the market without just going into like through hiking the Appalachian Trail types of hiking equipment. So let's do a little back tour. As you can see, there's multiple pockets. There's this thing for headphones that I don't think anyone has ever used in their life. If you shake it, you'll hear my water bottle and also all of the loose change that's collected at the bottom. And I have some travel tags on here so that people can like find me if they need to, and also so that everyone knows that I travel. I'm worldly. I'm sophisticated. In the side pockets, you'll find crumpled up gum wrappers. Let's look in here. I just closed it. Let's look in here. I think the first and most important thing in my backpack is my hydro flask. I got this for Christmas because I'm a product of capitalism and I felt the need to hop onto the trend, even though there were definitely water bottles that were a lot cheaper that would do the same thing. But I look at the logo and I think, I'm trendy. I fill this up like 7 times a day minimum. And how else would I keep myself entertained during classes if I wasn't taking a sip of water every 5 seconds? If you put water in front of me, I will feel compelled to drink it all as quickly as possible. And you can put more water in front of me and I will feel compelled to continue drinking it. On and on it will go. You can catch me at the back of every seminar, just every 5 seconds, either fiddling like this. It's great. I used to have this bracelet around this thing so I could be like fidgeting with that. My personal favorite and the noisiest is to just, I think my professors maybe hate me. I can't sit still. Okay, moving on. The second most important thing in here is my phone. For obvious reasons, but also I'm a film student and being a remote film student means that I get to film everything on my phone. Thankfully, I have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, however many suffixes they added because of the cameras. I was like, YouTube, vlogging, I need those. Yes. I got the green one because green's my favorite color, if you couldn't tell. Then I've got a green phone case, frog and toad sticker that I drew, and 3 fortunes, my favorite of which is cleverness is serviceable for everything, sufficient in nothing. Next up, we've got the classic notebooks. As much as I would love to just use an iPad Pro, that shit's expensive. So I handwrite everything. I just sent my parents to find these for me when they went to Walmart. It was a journey. There were a lot of questions involved, but now I have some good notebooks, so that's great. I only use college ruled. People who use wide ruled, I don't trust them. And every year I get new notebooks. I usually get one for every class, but then inevitably for one of my classes, I use it a lot more. And then I end up filling it up by halfway through the semester, and the other class, I don't touch it at all. So there's spillover into the extra notebook that has space, but then then in that class, I'm like, oh shoot, I kind of did need that notebook, and then all my notes are mixed up. And now I do see the appeal of having an iPad Pro. Do I wish I had one? Yes. Do I have one? No. Am I gonna get one? No. I've also got exam booklets for Korean in here that I don't need anymore. Then we've got this planner. Yep, I bought a 2020 planner. It's honestly really a shame because it's really beautiful. I thought this year was gonna go well. And then yeah, let's take a look at the quarantine months, you know, when I got sent home. Here we've got March. This was my spring break.
They ask you how you are.
Let's just skip through, doing some skipping. Oh, now it's May. Now it's June. You get the idea. I guess putting this planner in was a bit of a lie because this is not the one that I'm gonna continue to use in the fall. First of all, because I just have such negative associations with looking at it and feeling guilty across the room that I'm not doing anything and I'm just lying on my bed in quarantine even though there's literally nothing for me to do, but I feel like I should be doing something productive. There's so much guilt there that I just like don't like looking at it anymore. So I'm planning on buying the Ruby Granger academic planner that's coming out on the 17th or something like that. That's the one that I'm gonna use. Now we get to my pencil case, which I've used for like the past 4 years and it hasn't fallen apart quite yet, so that's awesome. It's a Van Gogh pencil case from the National Gallery. In it, there's 20 pens that I don't use. And then one pen that I do use. This is the pen I use for like all my academic stuff. I have another fountain pen that I use for like journaling and letter writing. This is the Pilot Metropolitan pen. If I'm gonna use a pencil, it's probably gonna be like some random pencil that I picked up off of the ground and stole. What else is in here? Oh, pills and potions. Because I have chronic migraines. Furthermore, we've got my journal. I've been journaling almost every day. I started this journal like 3 seconds ago and I've already written this much, which is actually pretty good for me. I try to write like 2 pages a day or something like that. It's got all these stickers, got the stickers on Amazon. It's great, you know? I look at this and I'm like, oh, how happy. Then I open it and I'm like, dear diary, of everyone on this earth, my life is the saddest. It's great, would recommend journaling. I've also got a cat pen in here just for funsies, just because you can, you know. Moving on. Then I always carry a book around with me that I have been reading for the past 3 years. That way if I'm ever in a bookstore and like Harry Styles or someone comes in, I can open it and make sure that he knows I'm like no one else, because I read. I read literature, I read real literature, and I've definitely been reading it for only a week and not trying to read it for like since the beginning of high school and have never gotten through it. Next we've got a pan flute for all of the times that you need a pan flute. I built this myself. Next we've got the $300 that I'm gonna drop on textbooks that I might never open depending on the professor, so that's really fun. Next we've got my Nintendo Switch. All I'm gonna say is that when we got sent home and we had to do Zoom classes that I hated, not that I hated the classes, I just hate doing class over Zoom. Animal Crossing was my best friend for no particular reason. Then we've got my headband, my trusty bejeweled headband. If I ever need to get my hair out of my face, it looks so good. Next, we've got some cloth masks. They're funky. We've also got a crushed granola bar and my super obnoxious keys that I carry with me everywhere. We also have my inhaler because I have asthma. Finally, the little pocket. Well, we've got sunglasses. When I'm walking around campus, I can avoid eye contact with people. Extra ink for my fountain pen. It is Pelikan 4001 ink. We've also got some chapstick because this is the other thing that I do in class. When I'm not fiddling with my water bottle, I can just like aggressively put this on. Headphones. Very necessary. We've got some earplugs so that the second I'm in a seminar and someone mentions the words devil's advocate, I can just immediately Also, sometimes when I'm in loud places, I just am like, no thank you. Some hand sanitizer because duh. Let's have like a serious moment of what I use for my academics. Like I said, I use this. I also frequently use the Micron pens. The sides of my notebooks are always covered in doodles, so these are great for those. I also use these white Jelly Roll pens for emphasis or as DIY whiteout if necessary. And I honestly can't believe I didn't bring this up earlier, but I always have my calligraphy pens with me. It's a good way to keep my hands busy and also like have fun during lectures and be listening and processing at the same time. And finally, for highlighters, I use mild liners, as does every single other study person, blogger, YouTuber, Instagrammer, and that's honestly all the school supplies I use. I kind of don't use binders. Yeah, wish Yale would let me back on campus. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Me and my backpack, we're gonna make it through just fine. At the end of the day, you don't need any kind of fancy supplies for school. You really just need a good, reliable pen, a good, reliable notebook, and somewhere to write down your assignments and stuff like that. But if getting yourself a lot of nice stationery is a good way to get yourself to do schoolwork, then that's awesome. To everyone else who has made these videos and is good at them, I salute you. Follow me on Instagram if you want, and my Twitter. You can support me on Patreon since I'm a college student. So, bye.